when they're beginning to get to those teenage years, they want to break free, they want to take control, they want to take charge, and then they see the continuous abuse, they will begin to fight back and, you know, become aggressive or rebellion and all of that. And then we say the boy is this, the boy. These things do not come just from the blues. Like I said at the beginning, they are symptoms. Aggression is a symptom of something. Hello, hi, how you doing? Happy Wednesday and welcome to Copper with Kiki. If you haven't got your cup of tea or cup of coffee or water, please feel free to do so. And if you haven't moved around since it's on your desk, I think it's a good time to also do so. I'm going to move around for about 5 minutes after this session, because trust me, I've been on this my desk since, was it 8 a.m. and you just sit on the desk and you don't even know how much the time is flying. But hey, it is what it is, and just make sure you keep fit, make sure you're enjoying what you're doing and you're keeping fit. So again, welcome to Copper with Kiki. On this episode, have I said Happy New Month? No, I haven't in person, have I? But yes, Happy New Month to everybody. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's the 8th month of the year. Who would believe that? God has been good. God has been faithful. Thank God for keeping us. So happy new month to you once again, and welcome to the month of August. Now, on today's episode of Copper Kiki, we're going to be talking about teenage aggression. A lot of us, and I'm going to be keeping it real. If you log in, you're joining me and you want to come on, let me know and I'll do just that, because I really want to keep it real. Talking about teenage aggression, because a lot of parents, particularly parents of teenage boys, complain about their teenage boys being aggressive and stuff like that. So what is it about teenage aggression? What is it? What is even aggression? So, well, I did some digging, I did some searching, because I want to learn as well. And from what I've read, I think, and I'm concluding that aggression is not a thing in itself, but an expression of something. Aggression is a symptom of something. So, just like you say, stomach ache or stomach pain, it's not necessarily all of the time that stomach pain is the problem. It's sometimes a symptom of something. So for me, stomach rumbling is a symptom of anxiety. So when I'm getting unduly anxious, I feel my stomach becomes really, really unsettled. For some, generally when your stomach is unsettled and misbehaving, it could be as a result of some kind of infection or stomach bug or something. So, and that's how aggression is. It's not necessarily... Oh, is that my phone? I don't even know what was that. Maybe my laptop. Aggression is not necessarily a thing, but it's a symptom of something. And according to psychologists, it said it's a symptom of some form of disorder, or I will use the word discomfort. So there are many factors that can lead or contribute to aggression or issues of aggressions with teenagers. And I'm sure a lot of us would know what those factors are without us going into too much details. But let me just mention a few of them. And well, based on, now before I usually come on here or come on with any of my teaching videos, I always do my research, not just what the internet is saying. You discuss and behave yourself. Not just what the internet is saying, but asking the teenagers themselves. Remember, I've got 2 teenagers in my home, and they talk amongst themselves. I also ask, some of the teenagers in our institute some questions to just give me a better understanding of, the topic we're dealing with. And so there are a few factors that contribute to teenage aggression. But one major one, that the most common of all the responses I got from these teenagers is they feel that their aggression is inherited. They feel that they are being raised in hostile environments and their mistakes are being responded to aggressively. So they learn, or they feel that they have learned it, or they have inherited it from their immediate environment, which most times is the home. When I heard that, I felt, wow, this is a low blow. So in essence, these children, they know that we as parents are major factors to how they end up in life. And they're watching us. And they even know they're watching us. They know they are doing those things that we do, whether right or wrong. Also, another reason for teenage aggression is confusion. They are confused in themselves. And those confusions kind of stress them, particularly for children in our environment. I live in the UK. And a lot of the time I say to parents that, listen, in all sincerity now, it's a different ball game for children of our color who live in Western world from the children of our color who live back home, if that makes sense. So the experiences of the children of color in the Western world is different from the experiences of children of color in Africa or the color world. And what does that mean? A good example, if your child, a lot of the times in my home, and this is what these boys have said, right here in the home, it's Nigeria, because we are originally from Nigeria. So here in the home is Nigeria. Here in the home, the food, the way we greet, the way we talk, I respect, what respect means. Hi, oh, please, players, Pelumi. How are you? Thank you for joining me. So all of those things are based on the Nigerian culture. But you see, the moment they step out of that door, they are in another world altogether. So managing the two worlds, marrying the two worlds can cause confusion. And when they feel they're not being understood and they want to be heard, if not properly handled, can lead to teenage aggression. Another thing that can lead to teenage aggression is low self-esteem. And that makes me wonder, what are the things I say to my teenagers? Because they matter a lot. Somebody said something to me. I think it was last year, mid last year, about this time last year. Somebody that I really, really hold in high esteem and I love. And I think the person misunderstood an act, I'm assuming, and said something to me based on the misunderstanding. You know what, guys? Till date, even I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. And till date, if I want to do something, I remember that word and I sit back and say, no, I'm not doing it. because I don't want blah, blah, blah. So, what we say to our children, the things we say to our children matter a lot. It goes with them, whether we like it or not. They hold on to it. And one day, myself and my son were talking about something, my first son, and we're just talking, and I said, it's so amazing how the human mind, so in a day, you must have heard, oh, well done, you are amazing. You must have heard hundreds of compliments in a day. But just one can turn everything around. Just one wrong thing that is said to you can change everything you've heard all day. So imagine when you hear that from your parents or the people that are meant to love you the most on earth, the people that are meant to be the closest to you on earth, when you hear such things from them, your child is going out, and I do it sometimes, all you'll be able to say is, why your shoes dirty? I remember one of my aunties when we were growing up. I was going out one day and I said, Auntie, or Africans in Nigeria will call, so long as they're like your parents age, you call them mom. And I said, Mommy, am I okay? Am I well dressed? Is what I'm wearing okay? And she looked at me and said, it's very, very okay. And I'm like, I feel this is wrong with that. She said, no, I don't see anything wrong with what you're wearing. It's very okay. It suits you. I said, okay, is it not? Do I need to iron it or press it? And she said, oh no, if you need to, I'll tell you. So you look very okay. Suits you, looks very beautiful on you. And for me to remember, I think I was 18 or 19 or just under 20. And I'm closer to 50 now. So for me to remember about 20, 30 years ago, imagine what that statement had on me. Yet, I also remember the number of times I've been told, you talk too much. So when I want to talk, I had to break free from that. I'm free for that now. Feel like I talk too much, please continue your ear. But I'm literally free from that now. Because I talk sense. I don't talk silly things. I don't gossip. But what I'm trying to say is, those things, they can lead to low self-esteem in our children. Or when your child doesn't feel loved. Or when the child doesn't feel love in the atmosphere of the house, can lead to low self-esteem. Also, another thing that can cause teenage aggression is some form of traumas in the family. It could be divorce, it could be death of a loved one, it could be a grief, which is death, grief in various forms, failure, accident, all of those things can lead to teenage aggression, can lead to our teenagers behaving funny in the house. Also, abuse. I'm sure it's no longer news that even our boys face sexual abuse. So keep an eye out for your boy. Don't just leave your boy with anybody. It's in those days that we say don't leave your girls. These days is your boys also face sexual abuse. So those things can cause sexual abuse, can lead to aggression, physical abuse, mental abuse. Gosh, a lot of parents. There was one day somebody put something out there. I can't remember what the person was saying. But my response was, unknown to us, a lot of us parents are bullies. We bully our children and we abuse our children mentally. And for them, particularly when they're beginning to get to those teenage years, they want to break free. They want to take control. They want to take charge. And then they see the continuous abuse. They will begin to fight back and, become aggressive or rebellion and all of that. And then we say the boy is this, the boy. These things do not come just from the blues. Like I said at the beginning, they are symptoms. Aggression is a symptom of something. So it's our responsibility as parents to find out what that thing is And just before I go, I just want to say that if your teenager is, being aggressive, there are various ways that they can express aggression. So one is physical aggression, which is hitting, kicking, or either being aggressive to themselves or to the people around them. So they kick, they throw things, they break things, they step on people, they step on even animals. A lot of the time that's getting to the other end of the spectrum to say that there's danger, we need to pay attention. Also, there is verbal aggression, when they swear, they shout, they say all sorts of things, cruel words and unkind words to people around them. Verbal aggression. And then there is relational aggression, and this is the action that's aimed at damaging reputation. This relational aggression is mostly found amongst children who have low self-esteem, whose self-image have been damaged. And so the children who hear cruel things from time to time, children or teenagers who hear cruel words, aggressive words, unkind words, and then they now begin to want to damage other people, or children or teenagers who do not feel accepted. And because they do not feel accepted, they now want to damage other relationships. So they begin to take unkind things from one person to the other. In simple English, we call it gossip. Yes, gossip is an aggression. Yes, it's a way of expressing aggression. So note that. We say that it's common among girls, but not anymore. It's everybody. Everybody does it, just because sometimes we don't pay enough attention to our male children. But here, it happens amongst every one of them. Also, hostile aggression is one that describes emotional aggression. This usually stems from damaged emotions that and they're not able to handle or control, and then they become aggressive, emotional. They begin to exhibit hostile behavior. That's what I'm looking for. And then we're wondering, why is this child being hostile? The child something is happening, and the child is trying to communicate something. And then there is passive aggression. This is the one that a lot of teenagers, I think in this generation of teenagers, a lot, particularly our boys, this is the one they tend to, exhibit a lot. And this is where they internalize things. They are withdrawn. When you talk to them, because they want to get out of your face, okay, yes mom, yes dad, everything is okay. They are so passive. These are the ones that inside of them say, I don't care, I can't be bothered. The truth, there was a time my son used to say, I don't care. And you see the work I did. Whether you care or not, you cannot use that word, I don't care, before you come and lead to something else. So when he says, oh mom, I really don't care, I say no. Say you care. Open your mouth. Say you care. And then you see us wrestling. So that, okay, I will not leave you today. So say you care. Okay, mom, I care. Thank you for caring. And then he goes away. Until he stopped. Sometimes he still says it. I think he still said it yesterday or 3 days ago. And I said, I hate that phrase. So say you care. Yes, mom, I care. Yes, you care. So we need to pay attention to that. And I said earlier on, the causes of this aggression could be stress, it could be fear, it could be sense of that they feel they're losing control, it could be as a result of wanting to be heard. The causes, there's so many causes, it varies. It could be as a result of the things that are even happening within the home. It could be as a result of trauma. It could be as a result of some form of pain or the other. And then it could even be as a result of academic setback. I hope this has really helped you in, looking beyond the physical expression or what you see with the physical eyes when it comes to teenage aggression. So when your teenage son is behaving in a funny way, I hope this will help you to be able to look beyond that funny behavior, to really, really identify the underlying thing, because 99% of the time, aggression is a symptom of something. I'll leave it there today. We've got 5 minutes to the end of lunch, so let me take a quick walk so that my blood can circulate, and I'll be back next week on Copper with Kiki, where we're going to be continuing on the topic teenage aggression. I am yours, Kiki, and I love you.